Hey there, I'm Mike Bills with Measurable Solutions, and this is Whiteboard Wednesday. So today we are going to talk about how to get new staff in the door and producing as quickly as possible, because obviously you needed somebody, that's why you hired them, and you get them in the door and you want to get them producing right away. But here's the thing I want you to think about. You get them in the door and you need them to produce, yes, but what are they actually going to be able to produce? Are they going to produce what you want? Are they going to produce it how you want? What are the outcomes going to be like, etc., right? So here's the number one thing that I learned a couple of years ago as a private practice owner as we were interviewing people. Find out what they have produced before. That's always a great indicator of, number one, how quickly are they going to be able to actually produce patient visits or phone calls or charts out or whatever it is for you, right? Find out from them, ask them to describe them. And we always ask the simple question, so tell me what you produced in your last job. And you'll get some people in the interview process, they'll be like, I wrote some letters. Okay, good. If letters is what you want written, then maybe you move on. But if letters isn't what you want written, and that's the best thing that they can come up with, they might be the cleanest dressed person, the nicest person, etc. But you're going to get them in the door, and they're going to be a new staff member, and their production is going to be really low, and you're going to be pulling your hair out and fighting battles all the time. So just ask them, what did you produce? Tell me what you produced in your last job, and then verify it. Whether you make a phone call to the previous employer or you ask them to reproduce it for you as part of the hiring process. We put, I'll use a new therapist as an example. We'll put them out on the floor with an assignment for 3 things, and we'll actually verify that they can produce what they said they can do. Oh yeah, I can treat shoulders, no problem. Good, here's a shoulder, go for it. Show me some mobilization techniques, etc. And make sure that they really can do the things that you're gonna pay them for, right? So that's the first thing is, you wanna know what they've done before. What have they produced before? The second thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you train them for your place. They came from someplace else, whether they were this great front desk manager at the other office or they were a PT someplace else, etc. But they've got this preconceived notion of how they do things. You need to make sure that they're trained for your place. So I've talked about it before. Put them in quarantine, put an in training on their name badge, and that's what they really are doing. They're in training until they can show you that they can produce the way that you have things produced in your office. If you were working on the assembly line for Apple and putting together phones, and they brought in somebody from Samsung who's like, yeah, I know how to put phones together, you may not end up with the phone put together the way that you want, and that's the exact same process you want to follow for yourselves. And then finally, number 3, don't cut them loose. Qualify. Make sure that they can do what you want them to do. Have some kind of a quality check. Whether you've got a patient that you really respect and you know they'll give you good feedback and you go to them later, hey, what'd you think about when he had his hands on your shoulder today? Get some good feedback, get some good quality for that. Great story on that is my mother-in-law was a patient of ours one time, and we'd hired somebody new that was in training, and I went to her afterwards. I said, hey, how did it go? And she, well, she didn't really explain to me what was going on. Okay, that was my quality check. And it also kind of put things in perspective. This was a number of years ago, but hey, we got to have a better process to make sure that that's happening. So here's some things. Again, quick action plan. Make sure that they can tell you what they produced. Make sure that you train them how to produce in your facility. And then finally, don't cut them loose. Get them quality checked out on the things that you're going to have them do before you cut them loose. And if you do those steps, you're going to have new staff that are producing and producing well for you, and no headaches down the road, and a good staff member going to be part of that rock star team that you want to build. So get those action steps into place, especially if you're looking to hire somebody new right now. And I hope this helped you out. And I look forward to seeing you next week for the next Whiteboard Wednesday as well. Take care.